Hello, everybody. How are you? Well, today I am going to explain the system of entangling alliances that I anticipated last class. In our last class, I told you that the system of entangling alliances was one of the most important causes of World War I. Well, now let's explain how this system worked. First of all, you have to know that I'm going to give you an example of daily life. If there are two people, let's suppose two boys in a classroom, they are classmates, they have an argument, and they decide to end up this argument with a fight. If they don't have friends, they fight each other, okay? They fight, there are two people fighting. But if student A has 10 friends and student B has 15 friends, you will see that there are a lot of people fighting. Well, that is what happened in World War I, mainly. First of all, it was a local squabble between Austria and Serbia. When Austria declared war on Serbia, Austria received the support of Germany and Serbia received the support of Russia. When Germany declared war on Russia, France backed up Russia. And when Germany declared war on France, Great Britain supported France. So it was all a system that worked for the beginning of World War I. But how did this all start? First of all, let's work with the Triple Alliance. The Triple Alliance was between Germany, Austria, and Italy. Germany, Austria, and Italy. If you remember, do you remember what happened in Germany in 1871? Germany was unified. When Germany was unified, Germany was a new country. As Germany was a new country, the Prime Minister of Germany, Otto von Bismarck, wanted to make as many friends as he could. Why? In order to protect Germany from the revenge movement of France. So, he immediately made an alliance with Austria. The king, remember, was Wilhelm, or Wilhelm in German, the first. And the prime minister was Otto von Bismarck. So when Otto von Bismarck made Austria his friend, after everything what happened, he also made an alliance or built a friendship with Italy. He didn't establish a friendship with Russia, but Otto von Bismarck and Germany kept a good relationship between them. So France was completely isolated. So remember, the Triple Alliance, Germany, Austria, and Italy, against the Triple Entente. We know how Germany made this Triple Alliance because I have already said that Otto von Bismarck wanted to have as many friends as he wanted. That is why he made this Triple Alliance. And he kept good terms with Russia. But what happened with the Triple Entente? Well, the Triple Entente, as I told you before, France was completely isolated. Why? Because Russia had good terms with Germany and because Germany had made a good relationship or made an alliance with Austria and Italy as well. So France was completely alone. But in 1888, something happened, something changed. Wilhelm I died, and he was succeeded by Frederick III in Germany. Frederick III was very ill. He had a throat cancer, so he was at the throne for a couple of months. I think that, yes, 5-6 months. And he was succeeded by his son. His son took the name of Wilhelm II, or William II, if you want to speak in English. He was absolutely against the policy of Otto von Bismarck. What was the policy of Otto von Bismarck? Do you remember? He wanted to make as many friends as he could. No. In this case, Wilhelm the Second wanted to have an aggressive foreign policy. So he sacked Otto von Bismarck. Yes, he sacked Otto von Bismarck, and he put officials with no experience in order to manage himself all the foreign policy of Germany. What was the first thing, the first action he took? He finished the relationship with Russia, and that was a gross mistake. Why? Because when Russia was completely alone, when Russia saw that the German expansion was going to complicate the economy of Russia, Russia asked France to start an alliance. And they signed an alliance which was called the Dual Alliance. Remember, the Dual Alliance. We haven't seen the Triple Entente yet. We have just seen how Russia and France became friends all of a sudden. So what was happening with Great Britain? Because I told you that Great Britain was a part of the Triple Entente with Russia and with France. Great Britain was in splendid isolation. Splendid isolation. What is the meaning of splendid isolation? Great Britain was self-sufficient. Why was she self-sufficient? Because Great Britain had colonies in every continent. She was the owner of 1/5 of the territories of the universe. So she didn't have to ask help for anybody. She was living splendid isolation. But what happened? Well, when Great Britain was beginning to understand that she needed friends, but what happened? What was the key factor? As I told you before, Great Britain had colonies in every continent, and one of those continents was Africa. There was a territory in South Africa called the Boer Republic. Okay, it is a Dutch word that means peasant. Yes, the Boer Republic. Well, what happened in the Boer Republic? There was a situation. Great Britain had already been for a long time dominating that part, but there was a kind of rebellion, a war for the independence that the Boer called this war the War of Independence or the Anglo-Boer War. But for Great Britain, it is just the Boer War. In 1899, the second Boer War started. Great Britain believed that as she was very powerful as regards army and navy, that it was just going to be a walk in the park, this war, that it was going to end quickly and that she was going to win easily. But that was far from being truth, because it took 3 years to Great Britain to kind of defeat a group of peasants in the Boer Republic. I say kind of defeat because it was not a complete victory. Meanwhile, Great Britain saw that France and Russia had made an alliance. And if you remember, before World War I, Great Britain and France were enemies. Do you know why? No? Well, let's remember Napoleon. What about Napoleonic War? Napoleon imposed the continental system and wanted to invade Great Britain as well. So they were not friends, they were enemies. And France was or had signed an alliance, the Dual Alliance with Russia. This was something that alarmed Great Britain. Moreover, Great Britain understood that because of that war in the Boer Republic, they had to send more and more soldiers to the Boer Republic, so Great Britain was unprotected, and any country could have invaded Great Britain, and Great Britain was not able to ask for help to any country because she lived in splendid isolation. And you know, in this world, sooner or later, we need someone to help. So Great Britain abandoned the policy of splendid isolation. When Great Britain abandoned the splendid isolation, the first thing she did was to sign an alliance or a treaty with France. Yes, with her enemy. The name was the Entente Cordiale in French. I'm not very good at French, but Entente Cordiale. That was the name of the treaty between France and Great Britain. Okay? And that was not enough because as Germany was expanding and was becoming more and more powerful because of the Industrial Revolution, remember, Great Britain decided to approach Russia and to sign a treaty. The Entente Cordiale with France was in 1904, with Russia was in 1907. And this treaty had many implications. First of all, it was convenient for Great Britain and for Russia. Remember that I told you at the beginning that Great Britain had colonies everywhere in every continent. So there was a dispute between Russia and Great Britain over Persia. So this treaty ended this conflict between those countries because northern Persia was for Russia and southern Persia became the British of British influence. Okay, so the north for Russia and the south for Great Britain. Moreover, there was another territory, or there were some other territories that were in conflict as well. The Tibet and Afghanistan, because Russia had some interests in those territories. In this case, they signed this treaty, and Great Britain granted some loans to Russia, and Russia stopped claiming Tibet and Afghanistan, which became part of the British influence. So those territories went for Great Britain. And that is why now the splendid isolation of Great Britain transformed into the Triple Entente. The members of the Triple Entente were Great Britain, Russia, and France. It was not a compromise of war, but it was clear which side Great Britain was going to be in case a war that later started, that the war started. This is how the system of entangling alliances worked, how the Triple Alliance was born, and the creation of the Triple Entente. I hope you understood this lesson because this is very important. This system of entangling alliances transformed, as I told you at the beginning of the lesson, the local squabble between Austria and Serbia into a global war. See you next class.